Hi everyone, my name is David. I'm a software engineer and a junior security researcher at Spirit. In the last months, I have been thinking about Docker and how to bring the tools for newcomers. So most of the times, you are a new person in the space and you come and look for tools, you need to investigate, you need to install them, you need to install dependencies, etc., etc., etc. Some of them are easy, some of them are not to install. They have a lot of steps and a lot of time that you're going to spend on it. So in the last months, I created this toolbox. It's called Auditor Toolbox, a Docker machine. So we might have encountered some of these issues. The first three ones are time issues, right? So new computers, broken computers. We need to install all the tools that we are used to use all over again. We need to install dependencies, look for packets, etc., looking for the versions, they don't collapse. We might find errors during installations that take maybe 5 minutes to solve, maybe 2 hours. We need to research for the details. And one issue that is more about security itself. Why tooling is important? Even if manually audits, manually review, it's like the most efficient way most of us can say, tooling can improve our efficiency, finding some patterns, improving our workflow, creating some pipelines, etc., proving our concepts. We have an attack, and we can explain that to the client, but what if we can prove it? We can fork mainnet or whatever blockchain, and we can land the code against it, right? So that's why tooling can really help us. Also, we can prove invariants, properties. We can check that updates don't work the code without doing more reviews. That it's a lot of money that we can spend. We can deal with bytecode. We can decompile, disassemble bytecode that is not verified, and that can be done with Heimdall, a really nice tool. We can also create diagrams with Surya, Slither. There are a lot of tools. The space helps us with audits in the way of tooling. And I don't know if I missed something, but the thing is that tooling, well used, can really improve our efficiency, our time. Oh yeah, my experience. So back in time when I was a newcomer, I basically finished Epoch 1, Epoch 0, and I was looking for tools. And in that moment, I started doing research, and I installed some of the tools. And I found the state of art, the tools, some of them were easy to install, as I said, and some others not. Also, there were different options. There were these Trello Bits security toolbox. I really like it. So for trying those tools, I install it, like I download it, I build it and stuff. And I like the idea. I really like the idea. But it was on Ubuntu 18, where it's not really hard to change. And when Foundry appeared, I had a lot of issues with glib, one library. So everything was like building up over the time in my mind, and I really wanted to bring to the space what the space bring to me before. So I created Auditor Toolbox with Foundry, Slither, Kidnap, Mithril, Heimdall, Pyrometer, QuickPoke, a lot of tools. Everything installed by default, so we can fast prove everything, test, download projects in a simple way. The first step, the first goal is to bring new people. So as they don't need to look for these tools, it will be easier for them to start trying them. I also thought about, okay, so we can bring the tools to the people, but what if they don't know how to use them? For what? Like when? Oh, okay, I think it's before. Yeah, or maybe not. But the thing is that there is not only about bringing the tools to people, but explaining the tools to the people. So in the wiki of the Docker machine, I started to create this kind of demo explanation of what are the points, for what are these static analyzers good for what are these fuzzers good for, symbolic execution, formal verification, everything, disassemblers, writing issues. So yeah, improve efficiency. We have found that the user experience over the time have been improved, and they have been made for speed. We found Rust. Foundry tests versus hard hat tests are way faster, what is really good for experience. That was also found at Medusa now as faster. That is really fast. However, well, you have to balance efficiency with all tools that are better because they are proved over time and the new one is in beta. However, also the seamless usage is really important. That's why, so you are in your project and you expect to run the tool, select a source folder, contracts folder, whatever, and just that, like, for example, Slacer source or Mithril source, and all the files that are .sol, etc. There were some tools, for example, a really nice one that was created by Pycots is the Code Arena Analyzer. But the project was good, however, it was like old. So you needed to copy and paste the project inside the folder, and then run the tool. And so, yeah, so you have the project you are auditing, you have the tool folder. It's not like a good tool set. So I created even a wrapper inside of the toolbox, so you can just run analyze for and source, and would do the same, and show the output just in the same folder. So I think improving the user experience is really important in the way of like approaching tools to people, because the efficiency is what we are looking for, right? If it takes ages, we are not going to use that tool. If it's hard to learn usage, we are not going to use that tool. At the end, we are going to just leverage it in manual reviewing, and that's it, because we can find the same. Maybe it takes more time, but if you need to learn something, sometimes you don't. Also, well, the tutorials. I created also branches for like CK tools, formal verification tools, a lightweight machine to install it faster, one basic one. And also, I think, yeah, I have an installer. So new tools will be included in scripts, and you just need to run add to, and that menu will appear, and will show you options to install. So you don't need to look for the installation script. You don't need to learn what is needed for that script. You just need to run it, and that's it. And also the security issue I was talking before, the isolated system, right? So it's like an extra layer. Sometimes, even if we are security researchers, we don't think about security. We might find that our mobile phone don't have a PIN. I saw that before, and well, whatever. And so you don't load your project. And the best you can do is just not caring about if the project have any malicious script, right? So let's say you download your project, and what happens? That project, in the workflow you are running, runs something that changes something with your file system. Okay, that sucks. But in the moment you put an extra layer, you have an isolation. So Docker machines, in the same way as virtual machines, can help us saving us to think about, to need to review not only the code, but all the files within the project. And I think that's it. Oh, okay, I went too fast. My next step is to improve the experience with new ideas, add some links to the contest, so you don't need to leave the CLI, because I love CLI, to clone everything faster without needing to log in into Sherlock or whatever page. You would get all the book bounties like Hatch Finance, Core Arena, whatever. You could create more safeness. That's one of the next steps, create more safeness with new auditors using more tools. And I think that's it. Docker is cool, tooling is cool. Bash scripting can improve our workflow. And yeah, that's it. It's been a pleasure.